So let's move on to the next point.
What's the next point, Adele?
Your inner parent tends to abuse your inner child. That is absolutely true.
Also tries to control them.
Yes.
Tries to control that inner child and make it do what it's supposed to do the right things. So you're always good and you're always liked and people love you and people, they tell you what a good person you are and how pretty you look and how handsome you are and how strong you are. And wow, all these great little ego strokes is what that child's looking for because it's looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah. I sing terribly, but
no, you're
you get the idea.
Adele, I'm Adele. I'm not such a good singer. You are. But you used to always say your inner critic is the inner child aspect that got wounded by the inner parents and now self-abuses. Not fun when you're self-abusing.
Right.
Raise your hand if you ever self-abused.
We can't really see your hands, but we'll trust that you are.
Okay.
And yes, self-abuse is a major pattern of behavior for almost every human being. Self-abuse is just basically you saying negative self-talk. I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm unworthy of love, all those kind of good things. And that is self-abuse. And we're pretty much all taught that because we come from, I'm going to speak freely and say, pretty much everybody on the planet comes from a dysfunctional family.
Right.
Doesn't mean it wasn't loving.
Yeah.
Just means that there was some dysfunction in every family.
There we go. That's fair. I mean, self-abuse is a result of dysfunctional parents and misunderstandings by the inner child. I would definitely want to talk about that.
So how many of you are really hard on yourself?
Oh.
That you really are, wow, I didn't do that right, or I didn't get that perfect, or I have to try harder next time, or I have to make sure that Uncle George is happy and whatever. This is all really just what we're calling self-abuse. It's just basically self-abuse, in my definition, is simply anything that is not loving to yourself.
Yes.
And so how can you acquire self-love if you are self-abusing?
It's impossible.
Right. So many people are out there chasing self-love or taking classes and being taught how to do it and blah, blah, blah. And it's all a great idea, but if you are not eliminating your programming and your belief systems that are all, we'll say, loving, then you're really on a hamster wheel. You're not really going to get far. That self-love is going to always be quite elusive.
I would agree, Michael. Yes. Can we go to the misunderstandings that children have, or misunderstandings by the inner child?
Huh? I don't understand. No. Okay. Funny guy. Go ahead.
So for me, there were many misunderstandings from the inner child because I was quite spacey, and I used to miss blocks of information while listening to others. So I misunderstood things that were going on around me. So
that's very important.
That was a problem. So
I'm making a note.
All right, make a note.
So I can bring this up to her later and really torture her.
No, but I was behind on my studies. I'm hitting him right now. I'm hitting him. You can't see. But I was behind on my studies and placing me in the slow learner category. And this caused me to self-abuse. And how did it cause me self-abuse? What would I say? I'm not good enough or I'm not smart enough. So even though my mom taught me to, go after her for whatever I wanted, underneath, behind the scenes, no. In my thoughts, I was abusing myself. I don't deserve this. I am not good enough were the thoughts that were lingering. And they were not fun. Now I don't have them. It's lovely. But I'm just saying that's, I missed a lot of what people said. So then I fell behind and then I went ahead and self-abused.
Yeah, I want to make a point here to say that no matter what we talk about and what may seem like negative things that we're discussing in all this, the purpose is to let you know that these are pretty common. Here's an understanding. Everything, and I mean everything, has an answer. So there is an answer to everything we're talking about. There's a way to change everything we're talking about. So we're not just talking for filling up space or just to do some positive talk. We're talking because we want you to know Here's real life experiences. Here's things that we've seen. Maybe you can relate to them or not, but everything can be changed.